you or not? No? Okay. I don't have a whole lot to talk about either. It's funny to me personally, because my late Chinese teacher, great Master YongHua, decided to go to the West, move from China to the United States to teach. And it's very good for us. And then he taught a lot of good students. And after he's done, I found myself returning to Asia to teach. So it seems like we can't make up our minds at all where we're supposed to go. But for Master YongHua, it's clear that he had to follow the instruction from his predecessor, great Master Xu Yun, that he was supposed to bring Mahayana to the West. And so it started with me personally going to Korea for fun, and then he came back because we were requested to come back. And he kept going back year after year after year consistently. It's because there are things to do there. So why did we go back to Korea? Because there's work to do. There are many good students where we went. We cultivated with a lot of people who have so much potential, and it's not talk. Potential to me is that how high you can develop your samadhi, how far you can go, and what is your level of wisdom. In Mahayana, especially in Chan, we don't get lost in the words. We look at results. Okay, so that there's no excuses. One of the major reasons why I went to Korea, keep on going back to Korea, is number one, is that I'm requested to go to Korea to teach. Number two, I kept on going back because the students got better and better and better. Okay, the Asian students got better and better and better. We're not talking about Koreans alone. We also have some other ethnicities, nationalities, so also went, namely the Chinese and so forth, who cultivated together with us in Korea. So that's why Korea is one of the very important anchors for Mahayana in our times. I can't stress that enough. And so therefore, after all these years, we've been there for 5 years, and I'm very pleased to tell you that we hope to contribute more to Korean Buddhism. And we're going to stay there for a long, long time, we hope. So that the Buddhism, Asian Buddhism, will thrive, will be better than before. It sounds a lot. It sounds sort of self-serving and arrogant, but it's not the case. Okay. What I fear most when I teach our students is that they become arrogant. They think they're special. Okay, that's one of the things that you really want to be careful about. If you give rise to the thoughts when you practice son, you practice chan, that you are special, that you're better than others, then you're going off in the wrong direction. That's not our son at all. Okay? My master, I made the same mistake in my generation. Our master, Great Master YongHua, is so advanced in son that when he trained us, he taught us, our generation was really the best. Because when I joined them in later stages of his teaching careers, I did know that they were better. I use the word were. Okay, it's true. The fact is that they were better. Their other disciplines, the other sects of Buddhism would send their people over, and non-Buddhist groups as well. And when they had the chance to meet with Master YongHua, they walked away very impressed. Even after he left, our generation as a whole was better. Okay, and therefore, unfortunately for us, we knew that. We knew that our samadhi levels were higher than the others, and therefore we couldn't help ourselves but felt that we are better, that we really were better. It's a fact. Only because we were not prepared for that. My teacher did not prepare us for that. He did not prepare us for the fact that we'll be better, but it's never the goal, is to be better. The goal of why we're doing this is not to be better, but is to serve better. There's a slight difference. To be better is limited. It's not that hard to be better than someone else. Agree or disagree? Look at yourselves. You can be better than that. You can be better than yourself. Okay, and that's the nature of Chan. Chan will help us become better than ourselves. So once you decide to see that you can only see that you're better than anyone else, that's when you stop learning Chan. So the Chan I'm teaching you is in order for you to serve better, not be the best, but serve better. Okay, where I came from, it's not about being the best. It's to be of better service. That's the difference between what I call our American zone versus the Chinese zone that my master brought to the United States. If you think you're better, even though it's true, then you become self-satisfied. Whereas if you think you're seeking to serve better, then you're never satisfied with yourself. That is American culture. We stress growth. We stress improvements. Okay, and that's why I call it American zone versus Chinese chant. Okay, American chant versus Chinese chant. Okay, and so we choose a different angle. The foundation is the same, but the goal is a little bit higher. Why? Because you can get there. I saw it. I saw how when I started by teaching, I followed Master YongHua's teaching style, teaching methodology. I saw how effective it was in training and bringing my disciples to his disciples' levels. Okay, and then I became scared, worried. They'll become like them or they think they're better. Okay, that's why we had to change it. We had to change the parameters and asked our disciples, our students, to not get stuck and continue to be better. Okay, to reach higher and higher and higher. That is the American spirit. And that actually, to me, that's exactly what the Buddha originally taught when he came to India. He taught us to be better and better, not be satisfied by thinking we're better than others. It's not the point. The point in Buddhism is that we aim to be better so that we can serve better. Questions and comments? Okay, you look so serious, so we can discuss the Wei Yang anecdote, which we didn't get a chance to discuss last time. Okay. Yes, there's a question. Go ahead.
It's me. Hello, Master. 我有一个问题，想要知道怎么不生气，或者是少生气。我发现自己从早上醒来睁开眼睛到晚上睡着，就会因为很多事情生气。比如说昨天晚上下班回来，看到垃圾桶里面有孩子吃的很多的那种食品的袋子，我就生气。今天早上6点钟孩子就是醒了，然后要我们陪他玩，然后直到他醒了，我就会看到我很生气。然后如果是老公吃完饭有个碗没有送到厨房，我也生气。有的时候走在路上有人挡在我的前面，我也生气。然后我就很多事情生气。有的时候会发现睡觉的时候睡着了，做梦也在跟孩子生气。所以就想知道怎么少生气或者是不生气。
Okay.
So, Master, I would like to know how to not get angry. And I realized that I do get mad from morning till I fall asleep. There's a lot of things that made me angry all day. For example, coming home after work and seeing there's trash caps that was thrown in the trash cans, I would get angry. And knowing that when in the morning when I saw the kids were awake, once I realized the kids were awake, I would get angry. And husband didn't, I forgot what was the example. He didn't put things back to this place. Then he didn't bring dishes back to the kitchen, would get angry. Mm-hmm. So there's two more examples. So I just walking on the road. If somebody's cuts in front of me, I would get angry.
Walking or driving?
Walking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how do I stop being angry?
Okay. First of all, when you get angry, you feel justified in getting angry. Yes? Yeah. You feel that they're wrong and you're right.
Yeah.
That's why you feel justified in getting upset. Okay? Let me tell you, I agree with you. Okay? Especially the part about the husband. He's wrong. And it's perfectly okay to get angry. That's not change that. But the other things, you don't have to get angry as often. Okay? All right. So at least we have one less thing to worry about, the husband. Okay. I don't think you are that different from many people. A lot of people lose their temper very easily, like you. Let's take a quick survey of the people. Is that true or not? Maybe not right now, but it used to be the case. Before you started practicing Chan, you would be fairly prone to getting upset. Yes or no? Yes, raise your hand. Yeah. One. See, at least one person. That's 2, 3. Okay, 4. Okay. Yes, Mina. Yeah, her too. That's
I just
fine.
raised the hand. Yeah. Right.
Okay. And so, you see, that's a nature losing in temper. I can see Lina Lee, I know her fairly well here. And she's, every time when she first came, she would come to me and say, I'm so upset at every single weekend she would approach me and say, I'm so upset about this, I'm so upset about that. Okay, so you're not the only one, by the way. It's a commonplace for us, for people to get upset. Okay, it's normal. For example, I look at the screen here, and Jumi, for example, she gets upset at her husband constantly, and she's never wrong. Ask her husband. Who's wrong? Is that right? I mean, she's always right to be upset at you. Yeah, you see? Yeah, that's good husband. All right. So, getting upset, the basis of getting upset is that you know you're right and they're wrong. And you really believe in that. Yes? Okay. And that's how society functions. There's a right and wrong. When you're right, then it's okay to do it. So when you're right, it's okay for yourself. It's okay, you feel it's okay to get upset. Okay? But then the reason you ask me right now, you don't want to get upset, you don't want to lose your temper, because even though intellectually you know you're right, but you don't feel it's a good thing to do. Yes? Okay.
Yes.
So therefore, let's face it, the fact is that there's a right and wrong, clearly, okay? But just because you're right to get upset, therefore it's okay to get upset, doesn't mean that you be happy.
No.
Not at all. So that's why when you're asking, how do I not get upset? That is a different story. Okay? How do you not get upset? How did everyone who used to get upset now don't get as upset as easily? The 5 people who raised their hands, what did you do? Can you share with us? Can you share with her what you did? Exactly what she's doing. Number one, these people who are not as upset as before realize that they don't like to be upset. Yes? And they practice so, they practice chant, and the chant practice makes them naturally not as upset as often as before. And what's the difference? This chant training is a training of patience. Just because you're right doesn't mean you should be upset. Just because someone is wrong doesn't mean that you have to fix them. They have to change. Okay? So part of the practice of Chan meditation is, if you continue to practice meditation, and if you don't quit, okay, you will naturally become less prone to anger. That's a natural process. Okay? You don't need to understand anything. The natural training process of Chan will make you more patient, and that's an antidote to getting angry. You get angry because you express yourself, you release your anger right away. And this Chan training tells you that instead of releasing the anger right away, okay, you wait a little bit longer before you release it. And and a little bit longer. And the more you improve, you can take even longer and longer to release your anger. And the nature of anger is that if you wait too long, the anger dissipates. It says, I don't want to get angry anymore. It's fun when I can release my anger right away, but if I have to wait, what's the point? So that's why you naturally, okay, I don't bother anymore. It's not worth it. There's fun to release it right away. It's like you bite someone. Okay, that's a fun thing to do. There's a reward for the immediate release. Because I'm not joking. When you release your anger like that, it's actually help you. The tension builds up in you internally, so you have to release it through anger. Okay? Facial expression, mouth, body, beat up someone, stuff like that. Okay? That's a good relief for you. But with the Chan training, all you have to do is, in the future, when you get angry, today, when you get angry, okay, this morning in Asia, when you get angry, okay, instead of releasing it, okay, why don't you cross your legs, which is a much better form of release than getting angry at someone. Because when you cross your legs and you meditate, It dissipates the anger naturally. Here's what happens. When you get angry, you release it verbally, through your eyes, through your body. Yes? I give you a better way to release your anger. I just made it up today. What's a better way to release your anger than through your body or through your mouth? Through your mind. Okay? Meaning that instead of expressing your anger, okay, releasing it, deciding to release it, okay, instead of doing that, you release your anger by dissipating it internally. How do you do that? By crossing your legs and meditating, by not indulging in releasing it, okay? Because mind says he wants to release right then. You said, no, I'm not going to release it that way. I'm going to release it by not doing anything. And the mind will naturally die down by itself. And you'll be happier with the results. So that's why this chant practice will naturally make you more patient and makes you less prone to anger. And it gets better. That's the first thing that has to happen when you have to deal with anger management issues. Here in the West, we sign up for courses in anger management. Or take some medications. Or inhale. Or all those things. Okay? All those are distractions. Okay? But the best way to cope with anger is to meditate. Because when you meditate, the thoughts of anger will die down, okay, quickly. Once you decided that you do not want to get angry and you want a best way to release your anger, to deal with your anger, the best way, I'm assure you, is that you meditate. And you follow the meditation, okay? For example, we teach newcomers to focus on your navel, okay? The navel is sort of a black hole. When you have angry thoughts here, instead of releasing against your husband, that poor husband of yours, okay? Outside like this, you say, I'm angry at you, okay? Instead of doing that, you say, I have thoughts of anger here. I think about my navel, so I send it to my navel. And your navel is like a black hole. It will suck up all your angry energy endlessly. And unlike your husband, your navel will not fight back. It's a lot safer. Unlike a person, when you release your anger towards a person, they tend to fight back. When you release your anger to your navel or to the Buddha, Amitabha, the Chinese, for example, you're Chinese, your culture says, when people get angry, they say, Amitabha. Okay, that's releasing their anger to Amitabha Buddha. They don't realize that's how they train. To release anger is Amitabha. It's like, in the West, they say, how could you be like that? In the Chinese, they don't say that. They say Amitabha. Okay? So release that anger, okay, by going to Amitabha Buddha. Okay? I'm teaching you a better way. Because even though you go to Amitabha Buddha, you still are addressing Amitabha towards someone. Here, I'm teaching you to release your anger by Amitabha to your navel. Don't direct it at anyone. Direct it at your navel. Okay? Try that.
Okay.
If it doesn't work, Go see a therapist. Yes, Jumi.
Thank you, Master.
마스터, 들리세요? 마스터, 일단 코멘트가 있고 질문이 있고요.
I have one comment and one question.
Yes.
마스터 말씀하신 대로, 그러니까 남편이 잘못한 것 때문에 뒷수습을 내가 해야 된다. 그러니까 내가 화가 나도 정당하다라는 그거가 있었던 것 같아요. 네. 배꼽에 보내볼게요.
As you said, because my husband was wrong, I had to took care of it afterwards, so I was mad. And I will try to send the anger to my navel, as you said.
Wait.
저는
Anyone, just a minute. Anyone see any difference about this woman here? Put her on the screen again. Everyone, look at her again. Take a good look again. Okay, look. What's different about her? Anyone? Doesn't she look different to you? What happened? What's the difference? It's so interesting. I had to stop her. Her question is boring. This is more interesting. What's the difference? Yes, too.
She looks lighter and happier.
Lighter and happier. Anyone else? Anyone? Muxiyong, what's different about your wife? Yeah, she's good.
안경을 썼습니다.
Wearing glasses?
Wearing glasses, okay. See, they get in trouble. They all get in trouble. That's what you see. Okay, anyone else? What's different about Jumi? Master Z, what's different about Jumi? I'm testing his observation power. Master Z, she's your disciple. Your devoted disciples at JMT. When you were at JMT for 3 years, she was your constant companion, your constant servant. What's different about her now?
Master, I think she's more relaxing and less thinking.
You guys are so boring. Anyone else? JC.
눈빛이 차분해졌습니다.
Her eyes are calmer.
Eyes are calmer. Okay. Anyone else? Come on. No one noticed anything? Am I the only one? Seriously? Yes. ZH. ZH? No ZH? Anyone? I don't care.
이진봉님.
Master,
Yeah.
she looks younger and prettier.
She look prettier. Oh, you so vain. Okay.
Younger.
Okay. Anyone else? Come on. It's so obvious.
진봉님 말씀하세요.
Only recently. Come on. Quickly. Anyone else? Then we
제가
get to
말해도
her
되나요?
question. Yeah? What's his comment? I can see his laundry in the back.
다시 말씀하세요.
마음의 그늘이 없어지고 자기 자신에 대해서 좀 더 당당해진 것 같아요. 자신의 그 마음의 그늘 없이 당당해진 모습이 저는 보기 좋습니다.
Her mind has no shadow and she's more confident.
Okay. Anyone pull up an old photo of hers? Mu Seong, do you have an old photo of your wife last year? Anyone? Okay, I know you give up. You don't. You can blow up her screen again. When she first came to America, something like 4 or 5 years ago, okay, she came to me and he said, "Master, I am Master Z's disciple." Something like that, okay? And the one thing, she got very close to me, the one thing I noticed is that her facial features, okay, is triangular. Museum, am I correct? I got very close. She came to me and said, "I am."
Yes, Master.
See, yes, Master. See, now he notices. Boy, are you in trouble? I'm not even married to her. I notice the changes. Okay, look at her face now. Look at her face now. You guys know what I'm talking about? Hey, K-people, K-pop, K-poppies and K-mommies, K-pops and K-moms, okay? Look at her now. Her face used to be triangular, like this. Center her again. Look at that. Look at that face. Now, it's more balanced. See that? It's more oval. Before it's triangular. Now it's oval. You notice that? Things I make them go through. Agree or disagree? Is it my imagination or what?
Oval face is the prettiest face.
Well, I wouldn't go there, but I don't notice pretty or not anymore. Okay, anyway, so congratulations. It's a good thing. It's a good thing when you practice, you know, I want you to see the physical. I challenge you to go back to look at her older videos or photos. You see what I mean. The face is more triangular, okay? The top is a little bit wider, and the bottom is sharper. But look at her now. Anyway, go ahead, Jumi. Sorry.
마스터, 일단 수정할 게 있는데, 저는 마스터지 제자가 아니고 마스터의 제자고요.
But the voice is the same.
Master, I would like to make one correction. I'm not Master Z's disciple. I'm your disciple.
Same argumentative woman as before.
마스터지 제자 해야 되는 거예요?
Oh, do I have to be Master Z's disciple?
I think so, yeah. Ask him. Let's ask him. Okay, go ahead. Okay. Noted.
마스터 질문은 제가 수행할 때보다 알러지가 좀 더 심해졌어요. 이제 대표적인 알러지가 햇빛 알러지랑 먼지 알러지인데, 이제 이게 질문 드리는 이유가 일상생활이 좀 불편할 정도여서 질문 드리게 됐고요. 네.
So, Master, I would like to ask because after I started to cultivate, my allergy has getting very worse. So I'm allergic to sunlight and to dust. And in my daily life, it's very inconvenient.
그러니까 옛날처럼 공주처럼 살 수가 없는데 일을 해야 되는데 불편해서 질문 드리는데 이 알러지가 수행해서 진전을 해서 제가 경계가 달라지면 자연스럽게 극복될 문제인지 아니면 마치 업보처럼 제가 안고 가야 되는 그냥 숙제인 건지를 질문드립니다.
So, unlike before, I cannot live like a princess. I do have to work now. So I want to ask you, if I make progress, then would I overcome this allergic reaction? Or is it like a karma that I have to carry on all the way?
Why don't you go back to life of a princess?
어려울 것 같아요.
It's hard to do that.
Why?
은퇴를 못할 것 같아요.
I think I cannot retire.
Okay. Okay, then go to work then. So what to do now? You mentioned will China help you fix this problem? Well, the obvious answer is we hope so. What else you want to know?
그러니까 진전하면 그러니까 그 진전을 해서 이 심해진 알러지가 극복이 자연스럽게 될 건지 아니면 업장처럼 제가 가져가야 되는 건지 어떻게 마음을 가져야 되는지 알러지가 좀 심해져서요.
My allergic reaction is getting severe, so I would like to know, do I have to carry this allergic reaction like a karmic retribution all my life? Or if I make a progress, then would I overcome this?
Have you seen a doctor?
네.
And
Yes.
what did the doctor say?
제가 피부가 원래 일반 한국인 동양 피부가 아니라서 피부가 굉장히 얇은데 더 이렇게 민감해졌다고 얘기를 하더라고요. 진단을 하더라고요. 네.
So the doctor said my skin is not like a normal Asian skin. It's very thin and it became very sensitive.
Okay. What about the dust? Did you see a doctor about the dust?
피부과 의사라서 먼지에 대해서는 얘기 못 해봤습니다.
No, it was a dermatologist, so I couldn't ask about the dust.
Dermatologist. Oh, I see. Go see a dust doctor. You should, if you are not feeling well, the suggestion always to go see a doctor first to find out. Okay, but in general, the skin issue will become less of an issue if you continue to do chant. Okay? And same thing with the dust issue.
마스터, 제가 질문 드린 게 사실은 DTT 지난 겨울에 갔다 와서 더 심해져가지고 제가 이걸 업장으로 받아들여야 되는지를 질문 드렸던 거였어요. 네. 좀 상식적으로는 모든 게 개선된다라고는 생각을 하는데 좀 더 심해진 상태예요, 지금 되게. 네.
So I was asking you this because last winter I went to Dharma Treasury Temple and that's when I got worse. So as a common sense, we think everything will be improved, but it's not so. I'm asking, is it a karmic retribution?
It's a combination of a lot of factors. It's very difficult to pinpoint one particular reason. Okay, but what the common sense is to learn to accord with conditions. Okay, there are many, many factors involved here. Okay, yes, there is your karmic retribution. Yes, there is that will be partially offset by your skills developments. Okay, and also there is your body will adapt itself naturally. Okay, to the external stimuli. Okay, in particular, for example, the one thing that you will find that will make a difference with the dust is that it will not bother you as much as before. Let's say if you were to keep improving, if you improve the next level, the dust will not bother you as much because it will cleanse out your lungs a lot better yourself. Okay? This is so fundamental to life, is that when you practice Zone, you actually are purging yourself of toxins. Okay? And that includes the lungs. The toxins in the lungs will be purged. Okay? That there's no other better form to purge your lungs than meditation. The chi that flows through your body, through the meditation, with peace, which makes it stronger and faster, then it will cleanse your system, including your lungs. Okay, but it also includes the blood streams. Okay, as well as your skin as well. Okay, and so a lot of good things happen naturally, but you always that's the end result of the natural benefits of doing Chan. But you also need to take measures to protect your skin. Put on more sun protection factors, lotions and so forth. Okay, cover yourself like you usually do. Every time you go out, I notice you look like a Catholic nun. Okay, and so all those things. You look at yourself. It's like you don't have any breakout. The skin is not breaking out. Okay, so meaning that you've been able to do a good job protecting yourself. Okay, and plus, your face is more oval, which is a good thing. All right? Anyone else? We have 10 more minutes. DTT question.
Amitabha Master. I'm Patricia from Mexico.
Oh, you're back.
Yes, I'm back.
Oh, wow. Welcome back.
Thank you, Master. I respectfully want to thank you for allowing me to be here to cultivate, Master.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank Master Z. Yeah,
yes, also Master C.
yeah, okay. Anytime, yeah. All right. So what brings you back this time?
Well, many things, but I want to go deeper into Dharma.
The Dharma.
To say something like quickly.
Okay, very good. I hope it works, that you'll be able to go deeper into the Dharma.
Yes, Master, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Anything we can do for you, let us know. Okay?
Thank you, Master.
Okay. Anyone else? Yay, we can finish early. We have a few more minutes. Or we can finish now, or if you want, I can explain you the Wei Yang anecdote in 5 minutes. You want me to try? I speak very fast. Huh? Go ahead, JC.
저 겸손과 그 우울증에서 오는 자신 없음의 차이점을 알고 싶습니다.
Master, I would like to know the difference between humility and the humility coming from the depression.
Humility and what from depression?
The lack of confidence coming from depression.
Oh, the lack of confidence coming from depression. What's the difference? Oh, that's, you should have, this would take a lot longer than the anecdote. Anyone has that problem? What's the difference between lack of confidence and humility?
I think if you lack confidence, you feel bad about yourself. But when you are humble, you don't feel bad about yourself.
Wow, speaking from experience, I think. Very good. Anyone else? It sounds like she gave this advice to her students, Professor, you should not, should be more confident because, yeah, it's very good. It's excellent, by the way. You gave that advice before, yeah?
No, I just made that up.
I just made it up. You too, huh? Yeah, and that's what teachers do. We make up things. Okay, anyone else? Quickly. What's the difference between humility and lack of self-confidence? Lack of self-confidence is that I'm not good enough. Yes? What's humility? What's humility? 2.
It's I'm not better than others.
I'm not better, that's humility?
Than others, yeah.
You all agree with that? No. Humility, I'm better than you. I'm just not saying it. When you know you better, you become humble because you say, I'm so much better than you. I don't have to talk about it. That's humility to me. The American humility is no. The Chinese humility, no. I'm not as good as you. Korean humility, I'm not as good as you. Okay. Yeah. But the Chinese particular, I'm not as good as you. So they make sure that when they shake your hands, they go like this because they are below you. Okay. Yeah. But that is not very effective. I recommend that you all do when you become humble is that I'm so much better than you. That's what humility really means. I'm so much better than you. You can't even see me. That's why I'm so humble. Doesn't work for you? That's American humility. That all you have to do is look at the Americans. Look at President Biden. Okay? He doesn't say it, but he really believes he's better than you. It's funny. That's how, every time I look at President Biden, I'm a Democrat, by the way. Contra to you Republicans here, okay? I'm a Democrat, like it or not, okay? At least when I vote. But I don't vote, so I'm neutral. But the point here is that it's funny to me because every time I look at President Biden, his demeanor is that he says, I'm better than you, but he never says it. Agree or disagree? This is my impression. I'm the president, you know. You know I'm a president. It's like I'm better than you, okay? I'm more important than you. I don't have to say it. Okay, that's humility to you, yeah?
Isn't that arrogance?
What? You're so Chinese. In America, we call it humility. That's why you don't understand American culture yet. Give it a few more years. Think about it. Okay, humility is that for many of them, many Americans, by the way, I know I made fun of you Asian, but this is something I need to make fun of the Americans. The Americans, the Jews in particular, believe and know they're so much better than you that they don't even say it anymore. That's why they appear to be so humble. You know, like President Biden, you know, every time you talk to him, you know, the polls are not doing well, people are losing confidence in you. You know, I'm still better than you. He's why I say, I'm still better than all of you, including orange face. I'm much better than he is. You just don't know it. That's very American. That's humility. Because he'll never tell anyone he's better, he feels he's better. He knows he's better. That's humility. No? I'm so better than you that I don't need to tell you I'm better anymore. That's humble. No? See,
Yeah,
Jumi
no.
is my disciple. She agrees, unlike the Chinese. Professor Lina, your notion of humility is too Chinese. In America, this is how we define humility. I'm so much better, you can't even see me. That's humility. So I don't bother explaining to you.
그러면 척하는 게 되는 게 아닌가요?
Then isn't it acting?
No, it's not acting. I'm just like despondent. Say, why do I bother talking to you? That's why I don't even have to respond to you, react to you. That's humility. Until you meet with Mahayana humility. I'm talking about American humility personified by President Biden. I'm telling you. Okay? I don't hate him, but I know he feels he's better than any of us. That's how, every time I look at him, he doesn't move because you're an idiot. You're an idiot. That's why I say you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. You know who you're talking to? Okay, so that's American humility. I'm so much better than you. You just don't know it. Okay, I don't have to invade you anymore. Okay, that kind of thing. Putin has to invade people, but Biden says, I own you, I'm better than you, I don't need to invade you. Okay, so I don't need to prove I'm better than you. Yeah, I'm better than you, I'm own you already, so I can have you, whatever you want, I have. Orange face doesn't have it, that's why he still has to calm the poor Republicans. Okay, now, that's American humility. That's my definition of American humility. Okay, they'll never come out and tell you they're better than you. This is the fact is that I'm better than you. Okay, that's American humility. What is Mahayana humility? What he wants to know, what ex-Catholic wants to know is, okay, what is my Mahayana humility? Yeah? Am I correct?
네, 대승식 겸손이 궁금합니다.
Yes, I do want to know what Mahayana style humility is.
What's Mahayana style humility? I'm glad you asked. Okay, American Mahayana style humility is that I'm better than President Biden. Okay? Because President Biden is Democrat humility. Now I'm making fun of Democrats, and the Republicans here are so happy. Look at their faces. They look so happy. It's so sick. American humility, okay? Authentic American humility is that I'm so much better than you that I don't think about it anymore. I don't think I'm better than you anymore. Because when you still have a thought, I'm better than you, okay? That's because you're not sure. There's some part of you still not sure. But when you know that you're so much better already, it's no way for them to know, okay? You don't think about it anymore. You look at all of you as, oh, you're so stupid, you're so stupid, you're so stupid. I'm so much better and you're so much better, and you naturally without thinking. That's authentic American humility. Authentic humility is that you are better, therefore it's no point in think about you better. That's Mahayana humility. You're so humble that you don't think about it anymore because you're so much better. You don't like it?
최고의 대답입니다.
Best answer.
What? What? Best answer? The Buddhists would like to tell you, your humble humility is because there's no self. Okay? The Buddhist definition of humility is no self. Is that clear? The ultimate humility for Buddhism is no self. I'm translating for you in the form of American Buddhism. It's the same thing, except from looking from the American perspective. If you really have no self, then you better, and then anyone who still has a self, who is still competing with you. Okay? They're inferior because they're still trying to compete to prove they're better. When you have no self, okay, then there's no one who's trying to compete at all. Nothing to prove. Right? That's humility. I have nothing to prove. Not because I'm inferior. I have nothing to prove. This is what the Buddhists fail to explain to you. Don't get the misconception. In Buddhism, when they talk about humility, it's not because they're inferior. No, humility in Buddhism because you're so much better than those who still have a self. That's why you're humble. And that's the basis of my interpretation, okay, of saying and telling you that I'm so much better than you. Which also includes you better than those who have no self. You see, the Buddhist definition of humility has a problem. What about those who have no selves? How do you compare those? Which one is more humble? I'm telling you, my American style is more humble. Can you see the difference? She seems to be suffering so much. The poor woman, we've been torturing her. Yeah? Look at her. Look at that. So much suffering. Okay? When you do that, one day you realize that you become truly humble. There's no more pain. Okay? Right now you are having pain because there's a self that still experiences pain. In the future, I promise you, you practice Son, practice Chan, you practice it all the way to the point where there's no more self who's suffering. Okay? That's humility. Right now, you're not humble because you still are suffering. In other words, that's an insult. Yeah, you Chinese don't get it at all. This is okay. So by suffering right now, you're learning, you're training yourself to get rid of that part of you that's still suffering. Okay? If you sit a little bit longer, the part of you, I'm very specific for you. When she continues to sit like that and it continues to hurt, that part of hers that's still suffering will shrink and shrink and shrink more until it disappears. This is why the suffering decreases through this training. She's bothered right now because something is making her suffer, okay, like the legs. And if you endure it, the source of the suffering will shrink and disappear. And that's part of becoming more humble. She doesn't get any of it. She said, I am hurting so much. Stop, make it stop. What I can do, I can make it stop right away, but then will not help you become more humble. What do you want? You want more humble, meaning more pain, or you want no pain, but more arrogance? She wants more pain. Okay, thank you, Lord. I can teach you. I can teach you to turn off the pain, okay? The pain to stop. They'll come back because you still have an ego. See that? As long as you have a self, the pain will be there. To help her stop the pain, you help the ego disappear. I'm teaching you a secret, John's secret, teacher's secret, okay? You help the ego disappear, she has no more pain instantaneously. But then we stop helping her, the ego comes back and says, what happened to my pain? That's when she starts again. You see? We can help her make the pain go away, but then she says, wait, hey, I stopped having pain. That's when the pain comes back. See? So we can help. You see, I can prove to you, I can make the pain go away just like that, but it comes back because of your ego. See that? And you endure it. You will rise above this part that torments you, that creates this pain. Listen carefully. The part in your brains that's causing this pain right now, will shrink if you sit longer. And if you sit until it goes away, it cannot come back and bother you anymore. That's why. All right? Okay, good luck to you. Okay, time is up. Too bad. I wanted to talk to you about return. The truth, because I came up with something to explain this. But then today, we don't have enough time. This is kind of interesting. I hope I still remember. Okay, as I get older, my memory is pretty bad. I don't remember things anymore. So if next week, I may not remember anymore about what I wanted to tell you about this anecdote here. It's very, very good, what I came up with, I think. But I forgot already. See?
Can you just tell us now?
Tell us now? Seriously?
Tell
What
the
is-
anecdote now so you don't forget next week.
Seriously? You really want to? What's the matter with you? Don't you need to go have lunch? Hey, Korean, don't you need to go have lunch? No? Are you serious, really? Let's take a vote. Who wants to hear it now? One. See, only one, two, three. 3 people, that's it. How about Xianjin, who's hurting a lot right now? Look at her. Do you notice that? They took her arm and raised it. Okay, anyone else? You want to hear it, huh? Okay, let's do it then. It's only 10 slides. It shouldn't take more than half an hour. Are you sure? I will continue. You continue to cross your legs. How's that? Okay. Look at her. Look at the Xianjin. Oh wow. He said, okay. She crossed her legs. Okay. Let me read this quickly. YongHua was herding cattle in front of Mount Wei when he saw a monk going up the mountain to visit Master Wei Shan, but came back down not long after. So he asked the monk, "Venerable, why don't you stay in the mountain?" The monk said, "Just because causes and conditions are not in accord." Master said, "What were the causes and conditions? Please tell me." The monk said, the master asked what my name was. I said, "Monk Wei Zhen." Okay. The master asked, where is Wei Zhen? Wei Zhen okay? Or where there, okay. And Wei Zhen is return. Wei is return, Chen is true. I had no reply. Master YongHua said, okay, without thinking, "Venerable, go back to the master, go back up to the master and say that you have an answer." And if the master asks, what do you wish to say, just reply, "In the eye, in the ear, in the nose." The monk went back and replied as told. Master Wei Shan said, "You are a man who speaks of emptiness and uses arrogant words. Those are the words of a good knowing advisor with 500 disciples." Okay. Chinese tradition, Chan tradition, very important. Okay? Everyone works in a mountain, in a monastery. Whatever needs to be done to help out the monastery, even though Master YongHua is as the end of the anecdote tells you that he's pretty high up there. He still works. Okay? Why? It's not because Master Bai Chang says a day without work is a day without food. No. In our lineage, in our Chan school tradition, you work because you work for your good advisor to create blessings. Is that clear? It's fundamental process. See, the first lesson here for all of us is that you contribute and you increase your blessings. And he does it by herding cattle. Nothing you don't do. Don't say, I'm bored, I have nothing to do. You have nothing to do, find something to do. Herding cattle is included. And he saw a monk going up the mountain. And this is second thing, lesson we learn here is that this tradition is very important. Back then, at the time of the Wei Yang lineage, the times of Master Wei Shan and Yang Shan, people had a lot of blessings, so they came to seek instructions from the great teacher. That's point number 2. Okay? Next. So he asked the monk. He came up to say Master Wei Shan and came right back down. So he asked him, Venerable One, why wouldn't you stay in the mountain? Okay? Point number 3, he cares. It's a very casual thing. It sounds like a curious thing. Why aren't you here? When he says, what happened to you? You realize you went to saw such a great teacher. This is a fantastic place for you to cultivate. Why did you not want to stay? He cares. It's not like gossiping here. My disciple said, what did Master tell you? No, he says, you see the kindness here, okay? In the heart of this monk, he says, why wouldn't you stay? You know? The monk said, oh, because the causes and conditions are not in accord. This is a typical Mahayana answer. Causes and conditions. Blame it on causes and conditions. Okay? If your legs are hurting, it's a cause and conditions are not in accord. That's why you're still experiencing pain. Okay? He's not saying because the cause and conditions are not good. Master Yang Shan said, so what are the causes and conditions? Please tell me. Okay? What's bothering you? It's American way. Okay? You don't have to use big words, causes and conditions. Please, let's be American for a change. Leave it to the Chinese to talk about causes and conditions. Can we use simple languages that everyone can understand? What's bothering you? Huh? What's the matter? What's your problem? What's my problem? What's his problem? What's bothering you? Okay? The monk said, Master asked me for my name. This is another tradition. What is your name? Where did you come from? Did you have a room to stay over tonight? Did you eat? Okay? Can I offer you some water? Okay? Or some tea? Okay? So you show the hospitality. And then, so the first thing, what is your name and where did you come from? So that is what the monks are supposed to do. They ask you, what is your name? And I said, Monk Wei Chen. Wei Chen is, Wei is to return, Chen is the true, okay? So I said my name, and Master Yang Shan immediately, He Zai. So where is Wei Chen? Okay. And I couldn't answer. Okay. What does it mean, where is Wei Chen? When the Chan master teaches, it's always double talk, more like triple talk, quadruple talk. It's never straightforward. Okay, it sounds very simple. It's meant to be simple so that it carries multiple meanings. Where is Wei Chen? It means that you are Wei Chen. Okay, So where do I find you? Could be Wei Chen. The answer could be, if I were him, I say, Wei Chen, I at my master's temple at 7509 Mooney Drive, Rosemead Boulevard. That's where Wei Chen is. That's where I live. See? Wei Chen He Zai. Where is Wei Chen? I said, well, Wei Chen usually stays at 7509 Mooney Drive in Rosemead Boulevard. But clearly, this monk here, when he heard where is Wei Chen, he understands it differently, doesn't he? He says, Wei Chen is that my name that my teacher taught me, gave me, is Wei Chen, is return to the true. Then he says, where do I return to the true? How do I return to the true? That's another form, another question, another aspect, okay? Wei Chen He Zai. So meaning, where is Wei Chen? Where is the true? Or how do you get to the true? Okay, it carries multiple meaning. He Zai, okay, in Chinese has multiple meanings. Correct me, Chinese people. What do I know about Chinese? Okay, and I have no answer for him. Okay, so Master Yang Shan immediately told him, this is so Yang Shan, these teachers, Yang Shan and Wei Shan, when you read these things, they don't think as soon as you said, I could not give him an answer. Master Yang Shan said, oh, no problem, man. You go back, see the master again, and you can tell him that, I now have an answer. You see, it sounds like Master Yang Shan is toying with him, or no. I tell you, Master Yang Shan here is trying to help him out of kindness. He's not trying to prove himself or make this guy lose face at all. It's not his interest. A guy who herds cattle would not have this kind of attitude. Okay? He's humble. JC people, you hear me? Truly humble people herd cattle, unlike you. A Jewel Kong. When was the last time any of Jewel Kong would be herding cattle? Never did, right? See, you have no humility. Master Yang Shan was so humble to the point where I said, I'm going to look after these stupid bulls and water buffaloes. Okay, they're so stupid, they won't even listen to me. It's no point even talking about humility. Okay? But this is how he felt. Okay, so he says, Venerable, go back and say that you now have an answer. So if the master asks you, well, what is it you want to say? Just to say, in the eye, in the ear, in the nose. Okay? So the monk, okay, went back, very happy to have an answer. Okay? And replied as was suggested. Master Wei Shan said, you are a man who speaks of emptiness and uses arrogant words. This is from the Chinese expression. Shuo Kung Man Yu Han. Han is man, or Chinese man. Okay? Man Yu is arrogant words. Shuo Kung is speak of emptiness. Okay? So this is what happened to many cultivators, people who practice meditation. They experience emptiness and they talk about it, okay? And they feel it's very special, okay? Emptiness, okay, is what you will experience when you meditate. All of you will experience emptiness. You just don't know it. Okay? Yeah, because emptiness is not the way you think. Okay, but so what happened to these people, to the many meditation practitioners, is that they experience emptiness. They feel it's kind of special, so they talk about it. And when you still talk about emptiness, then you haven't really seen emptiness yet. That's why your word in describing emptiness is the words of arrogance. You think it's so special. This is very Chinese. The Chinese precision in a Chan, it is so clear. It is when these Chan practitioners feel that they are special, okay, the state of practice, they experience emptiness. Remember, I told you earlier in my talk today that my generation, my master trained us so well that we have some significant achievements, meaning we experience emptiness ourselves. And when you experience emptiness and you still feel it's special, okay, that means the emptiness you experience is not the ultimate emptiness. That's why you still talk about it. That's the deep meaning of Shou Kung Man Yu. It's not. It doesn't simply refer to the people who read from books, who describes emptiness and talks about emptiness, okay? And they think they know about emptiness. That's a low-level thing. I'm explaining this to you. There are two types of arrogance here. The arrogance of the people, many Vietnamese, many Koreans, many Americans, many you name it, read a lot of Chan texts, okay, and materials. And they describe emptiness because Chan is about emptiness training. So you read about all those things, okay? You understand more and more about emptiness, okay? When to the point where the information starts being repetitive, so you think you understand emptiness, okay? That's one low level of intellect where they read it, and they think they understand emptiness. There's only many words, many ways to describe emptiness, okay? And so they talk about it and say, I understand emptiness. Master, when you teach Chan and you tell me that I will experience emptiness, I can describe it to you, what emptiness is. Therefore, I don't need to practice anymore. I know what it is already. Nothing is further from the truth. Because the emptiness that you can describe it, okay, that can still be described using words, is not the ultimate emptiness. Okay? So that's why Shou Kung Man Yu is that. It means that the emptiness that they talk about, when we tell them, cross your legs and do this and do that, you will eventually experience emptiness. They say, I don't need to do it because I know what that emptiness is going to be. No, not at all. That's why it's called Shou Kung Man Yu Hua. The people who says, I know about emptiness, okay, that's exactly what he's referring to. Someone who talks about emptiness is using words of arrogance, is speaking from arrogance. Because if you understand emptiness, you will not be talking about it. Okay, so that's one kind of arrogance is that you read and you learn about emptiness, and there's plenty of descriptions of that and plenty of angles you can come from it, and you think they understand emptiness. That's why if you still use words to talk about, yes, I don't need to cross my legs, I don't need to train anymore because I know I'm going to get, I know what it is. No, you don't. If you describe it, you say you know what it is, you can describe it for me, then you don't know what emptiness is. That's number one. Number two, there's people like my kind, we train to experience emptiness. Okay? And then we said, wow, this is so cool. This is so wonderful. What I'm experiencing is something that none of them can experience. Okay? I'm telling them, when you think like that, then you have not experienced the true emptiness yet. It's still called 说空漫语. When anyone feels that when they talk about emptiness, anyone who writes book about emptiness don't know what they're talking about. Anyone who thinks they're better than anyone else because they haven't seen the true emptiness of the ego, that's why they still see themselves as better than someone else. Therefore, the emptiness they saw is not the ultimate emptiness. I hope it helps all of you who think you're so special. You haven't seen the true emptiness of your self-nature yet. That's why you still feel you're better. Okay? So this is a very, very harsh words from the teacher. 说共慢语, Han. Han is man or Chinese man. Okay? But Chinese men don't do that anymore. Now it's American men, Korean men, and Vietnamese men who do that. Okay? The Chinese are too busy making money. Okay? So this is very harsh words for you are so arrogant and you dare talk about emptiness. That's the message. Okay? These are the words of a good known advisor with 500 disciples. Okay? What are the words? You return to the true, okay? In the eye, in the ear, in the nose. So what does it mean? What does it have to do with a good known advisor with 500 disciples? There's a Wei Zhen, and then the words of good known advisor of 500 disciples. Those are the two different things. Speak quickly. Come on. See how I shorten the commentaries when I narrow the funnel, the commentaries, and you say, too specific. Yeah? Wei Zhen is return. The name is beautiful. Wei Zhen, return to the true, refers to the goal of cultivation. You return to the true, meaning that there's a true part of you, in all of you, okay, that you can return to. You should return to. Wouldn't you like to return to your true? Instead of being who you are today, you can still return to the true. Okay? Meaning, we talked about the theme, we can be better. The true, the closer you are to your true, the closer your return to your true is, okay, the better you are. No two ways about it. A better version of you is truer than right now. I'm looking at all of you. You can be better by returning to the true. A true version of you. All right? And when it happens, as I said, sometimes your face changes, the bone structure changes shapes. And not just Jumi, but Master Srinath's face also changed. I told you that already. Okay? That's what happens. We can return to the true. Okay, so the name Gui Chen is very important. If you are returned to the true, okay, then it's clear for the teacher to say, how do you return to the true? Where is the true am I returning to? Okay? And the monk said, oh, I don't know. It's my master's fault. He named me Return to the True. It's not my name. He chose that name for me. But then Master Wei Shan says, if he chose a name for you, do you understand what he have in mind? And the monk said, wow, it's the first time someone ever asked me. So fundamental. You walk around. When my master called me Wei Chen, okay, return to the truth, but you have no idea why he called you Wei Chen. Okay? So that's why Master Wei Shan immediately said, hey, if your name is Wei Chen, tell me about Wei Chen. Where are you? Where did you return to? Where can I find you? That's why my first answer would be, give me my address. I tell you what, let's see, my current address on my passport is, oh shucks, they sold it. Never mind. Okay? See that? So that's why literally the monk says, I don't know where my true is. Okay? But because Master Wei Shan asked a question, left open the option of Wei Chen, my name is where I live. Where is Wei Chen? Where can I find Wei Chen? Then you say, okay, there's my address on my driver's license. That's where Wei Chen is. He left himself open to that. But he knew that when he asked his question, Wei Chen, okay, it is because this monk here doesn't know how to Wei Chen. That's what he asked. So that's why the monk was caught. He says, I don't know where to return to my true self. I had no answer. Okay? And so Master Wei Shan says, oh, it's easy. Wei Chen is in the eye, in the ear, in the nose. Meaning what? Meaning, and that's exactly what Master Wei Shan says. Well, these are not your words. Okay? You are borrowing the words of someone else. Like you read about emptiness, you read about things, you hear about things. You don't know what you're reading, you don't know what you heard, and you simply regurgitate. Okay? And that's what Shuo Kung Man Yu Han, those are the words of arrogance. You feel better when you are like that. You're feeding on your arrogance. I know. Don't tell me. I know. I know what emptiness is. You don't need to tell me. I don't need to cross my legs anymore. I know what you're talking about. That's arrogance. Okay? So cut it out. Okay? You are arrogant. When you say words, you better know what those words really mean, not repeat what you heard or read somewhere. Okay? If you do that, it's an act of arrogance. You're feeding on the ego. It's not about arrogance, because if you keep on doing that, your ego gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. That's what you do to yourself. That's the meaning of Shuo Kung Man Yu Han. Is that you do this, you have such behavior, okay? Explaining things, talking about emptiness, okay? And it simply inflates your ego, makes yourself bigger and bigger. And all your cultivation is lost because it feeds your ego. It doesn't help you deflate the ego, but actually it inflates the ego. You're hurting yourself. You're still hurting yourself when you engage in such behavior. In contrast, when your leg hurts so much you feel like crying, does it inflate your ego or deflate your ego? It deflates your ego. You see? Because after this, everyone sees that, everyone hurt, you've been crying, and you look so funny when you cry. Okay? How can you be proud about it? So, your ego shrinks a little bit. I say, oh my God, they saw me like that already. You see that? All right? So, you see, cultivation is, because of this today's participation, these people who participate, cultivation is supposed to help deflate your ego, not increase your ego. Is that clear? If you do things that will inflate your ego, makes you feel so you're special, that's a wrong path, folks. It's the wrong way. You're going to get in trouble. And when your turn to teach people, children, it's your job to tell your students that. If you didn't, like my master did not, your students will get in trouble without knowing it. Okay? So this is the thing. When you're a teacher, it's your job to tell your students, watch out for those arrogant words. Those things, such behaviors will inflate your ego, and will get you in trouble. Guaranteed. Okay? Those are the words of good knowing advisor with 500 disciples. 500 disciples meaning a lot of disciples. The Chinese couldn't count back then. Okay? In his times, 500, they all struggle. Okay? So a teacher who had a lot of disciples, meaning that this teacher can help a lot of people. Why is he able to help a lot of people? Because he has wisdom. He knows how to teach his disciples, his many disciples. Each disciple, in order to teach them, is different. They're not the same. No one is the same. Even twins are not the same, cannot be taught the same way. Okay? They're not guaranteed you. Same DNA, same everything, they still need to be taught differently. All right? So he can train a lot of disciples. And he's a teacher, a very competent teacher, a good knowing advisor is a competent teacher who can help a lot of disciples. And why is that such words? Because a good knowing advisor helps and trains his disciples, his 500 disciples, by teaching them how to deal with the eye, the ear, the nose, etc. It's not a full list. What else can you add to this? The tongue. What else? The body. What else? The mind. What else? Etc., etc., etc. Because if you have 500 disciples, if you stop at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you will not be able to help 500 disciples, let alone 1 million. So you keep going, the list going, and so forth. But why does he stop at only 3? Eye, ear, nose. And not go through the list. Number 1, because I cannot go through the list with you. I have to prepare for my sutra lecture today. Okay? You are getting me in trouble. Okay? Number 2, why do you stop? Eye, ear, nose. Let's add one more, the body or the legs. The legs. Get it? You return to the true by the legs. You're returning to the true. He's not impressed. He said, I don't care. Make it go away. Okay? You return to the true by not the eye, not the ear, not the nose. It's meaningless. What he really means, that Master Wei Shan understood immediately, is that if you want to teach your students, okay, you help them return to the true by their eyes, or could be by the ear, could be by the nose, could be by the legs, could be by the stomach, could be by the angry mind, could be by the greedy mind, could be by the stupid mind, and so forth and so forth. So how do you choose? Any of them can be used. You return to the true via yourself. Don't look outside. The true is found in you, not outside. The true can only be accessed through you, not through anyone else. If you're a teacher, you understand that, then you can teach people. You think teaching people is about reading a sutra. Today, let's read the Avatamsaka Sutra. Okay, at that time, the world-honored one, enter samadhi and emitted light, and and he started speaking the sutras. That's not teaching people. You are not teaching people. You're only repeating the Buddha's words. You're not teaching anyone. When you want to teach someone, when you want to take on the responsibility of teaching someone, helping someone, you have to know how to do it by helping them look at themselves, not read a sutra, folks. When we explain sutras to you a little bit later, it's only an expedient to help you look at your ears, your eyes, your nose. Look at yourself, not the sutra. The sutra is only an expedient to help you look at your eyes, your ear, your nose, your tongue. And Master Wei Shan, when he heard the answer from Master Yang Shan, he didn't know who it was. He says, "Oh, this is the wisdom of a great teacher." who is capable of helping you return to your true self. He knows how to help you find your true self. That's how profound the Wei-Yang tradition is. It's not about disciples. It's not about a name. It's about how many people we can help return to their true self. And Master Wei Shan here certified Master Yang Shan as he can help 500 disciples. He can help a lot of people. You're not impressed. Never mind. It's okay. To me, it's a fascinating glimpse into the world of the Wei-Yang world. Master Wei Shan, what he was doing with Master Yang Shan, and their nature, their relationship. It's so beautiful. It's so insightful about how Master Wei Shan trained Master Yang Shan. You know, think about it. At the time, Master Yang Shan was perfectly capable of teaching 500 disciples. What was he doing? Herding cattle. What for? To learn from Master Wei Shan. Look at the depth of Master Yang Shan's wisdom. He says, I still can learn. I may be able to help 500 disciples, but being American, I want 1,000. When I get to 1,000, I want 2,000, 4,000, 8,000, 16,000, 32,000. Okay? Why stop? This is humility, because you don't think of yourself. You think of serving more and more people. That's true humility. There's no more self. Okay? Only yourselves matter, not Master Yang Shan's self. And folks, I like to close by reminding you about the philosophy of our Chan school, our Chan lineage. How many people can you help? Don't think I'm better than you, like President Biden, I'm better than you. You're just so stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm the president, don't you remember? Huh? I'm the president. I've been around for 50 years in the Senate. Now I'm here. I climb up the ladder. None of you could do what I did. Okay? There is this quiet arrogance, unspoken arrogance in this president. It's kind of funny. Too old to be that arrogant. Okay? But This is counter to our lineage. The spirit is, I have 500 disciples, it's still not enough. I can still learn from my teacher to help more. That's our philosophy. This is the cream of the way out. Not those, I'm better than you, I'm better than them. Those are very low level. They're nothing for you to still think you're better than someone else. Here, he has 500 disciples. He says, still not enough. I can do better. I want to do better. I want to learn from this teacher of mine so that I can do better. It's not about disciples. How about you? You go back there and you say, okay, I can be a better programmer. I can be a better surgeon. I can be a better nurse. I can be a better mother. I can be a better, and better. That's our tradition. Why? That's how you return to the truth. When you are better, you're better in the eye. You're better in the ear. You're better in the nose. All of those. What I'm not teaching you yet is how can you be better than all those things, unless you want to become a teacher. There's a way to do it quicker, the Wei-Yang tradition. I mean, 6 patriarch tradition. But this is a Wei-Yang tradition. I want to keep improving. 500 is uncountable. So many people I can help, but it's still not enough for me. Why? Because my teacher can still help me return to my truer self. I'm so proud of it. It is so important for me to remind you because, you know, I'm no patriarch and I'm just an idiot, stupid monk, okay? But I cannot ignore this beautiful Wei-Yang tradition that my Chinese teacher brought to this country, which he did not have a chance to elaborate for us. So I'm very grateful that all of you expressed interest in pursuing these anecdotes and discussing it and uncover the secret teaching behind these exchanges, okay? And because it tells you how profound Chinese Chan really is, Mahayana Chan really is. If you understand that, okay, you believe that, then that transcends the cultural barriers. It no longer is Chinese, it becomes American. But look at you, none of you is even white. So it becomes yellow, yeah? Becomes black, because people tune in, become Hispanics. Yeah? And that's a spirit. And why are we doing this? We're not stuck. Thank you, everyone.